July 4th is the deadline the White House has set for a deal on the debt ceiling. But after President Obama's tough words to Congress this week, there is still no deal in sight. Megan Hughes in Washington with the latest.
Hi there, Betty. It looks like they are pushing back that date. Democratic officials familiar with the talks now say the target date to get to a deal is July 22nd. That's to give them enough time to get legislation through both houses before the possibility of a default on August 2nd. But the White House has some serious holdouts on their proposal for $400 billion in tax increases. So let's take a look at the major players. House Speaker John Boehner wants any deal to raise the debt ceiling to be completely offset by cuts. So, for example, while Biden's group agreed to $1 trillion in cuts if Congress approved $2.5 trillion to raise the debt ceiling through 2012 elections, now, Boehner would want another $1.5 trillion to come from entitlements. Back in May, he told Wall Street that without significant spending cuts and reforms to reduce our debt, there will be no debt limit increase. Now, Majority Leader Eric Cantor has taken an even harder line. He walked away from the vice president's budget talks, leaving it to Boehner because he wouldn't budge on taxes. Regardless of the progress that has been made, he said, the tax issue must be resolved before discussions can continue. Now, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell may be the spoiler to the ambitious large-scale cuts that his House colleagues we were talking about are pushing for. He's opened the door to raising the debt limit for smaller increments, saying we'll probably end up with a very short-term proposal and we'll be back having the same discussion again in the fall. Now, McConnell yesterday actually invited the president to come to Capitol Hill for talks and start talking about what's actually possible, is what he said. Now, the House and Senate will be back in session next week to work on this. The Senate was supposed to be in break for the July 4th holiday, but they've decided to come back. Senate leaders have decided to send them all back here to Capitol Hill to work on this.